Hello and welcome to today's explainer. Most of us, we just turn on the tap and fully expect water to flow, no questions asked. But I recently learned there's actually this hidden, relentless battle happening right beneath our feet. Today, we're diving into how the specific environment around us, specifically the unique, rugged conditions out in Oldham County, absolutely tests the limits of your home's infrastructure. It is, quite literally, nature versus your plumbing. So, here is our battle plan for today. We're going to cover the environmental battlefield, the ground war below, the winter pipe threat, what's in the water, and finally, the professional defense. All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the environmental battlefield, where geography meets infrastructure. Now think about the beautiful historic homes near downtown LaGrange. A lot of these older properties rely on aging galvanized steel pipes installed decades ago. And the problem? Well, over time, they corrode from the inside out. This totally restricts your water flow, kills your water pressure, and leaves you with this really concerning rust-colored water, and eventually pinhole leaks. But compare that to the brand new developments popping up off Highway 329. You'd probably think brand new means problem-free, right? Actually, not necessarily. These newer homes frequently suffer from builder-grade fixtures and rushed installations that can fail within just the first couple of years. So whether your home is 50 years old or 5, the environment is absolutely finding a way to test those pipes. That brings us to Section 2, the ground war below, focusing on soil and roots. So the soil in Oldham County, it's incredibly clay-heavy, and clay is super reactive. When it rains, that clay absorbs the water and expands dramatically, like a giant sponge. Then, during a dry spell, it shrinks and cracks. This constant expanding and contracting literally moves the earth around your underground pipes. It creates these invisible stress points, constantly bending and pulling at the joints of your plumbing system until, boom, a leak develops, hidden deep underground. And if shifting soil wasn't enough, add thirsty tree roots into the mix. This is where we get roots actively breaching pipe joints, creating massive blockages and really hazardous sewage backups. Seriously, this is a high-stakes alert. The mature landscaping that makes neighborhoods like Covered Bridge so gorgeous, it's also a massive liability. Those tree roots are constantly hunting for moisture and nutrients. They will literally find the tiniest cracks created by that shifting clay soil, force their way right into your sewer lines, and grow into these massive, dense webs. And once they block that pipe, well, all the wastewater from your home has absolutely nowhere to go but backward, straight into your living spaces. Yikes. So if you ever face a sewer backup, you need an emergency action plan to prevent further contamination and pipe damage. Step 1 is absolutely crucial. Stop using all water immediately. Every single flush or running sink is just adding more water to the flood inside your house. Step 2, call a licensed professional. They can drop a video camera down there to locate the exact blockage and clear it with heavy-duty equipment, like hydrojetters or augers. And step 3, please pay attention to this one. Avoid chemical drain cleaners. Seriously, skip them entirely. Not only are they completely useless against a massive tree root blockage, but they actually just sit in your pipes, eating away at the materials. That causes irreversible damage that could easily cost you thousands of dollars in pipe replacements. Just don't do it. Moving on to Section 3. The winter pipe threat, dealing with freezing temperatures. When temperatures absolutely plummet along Highway 53, the simple, undeniable physics of freezing and expanding water can flood a house in minutes. We all know water expands when it freezes, right? But when that water is trapped inside a rigid copper or PVC pipe out in your unheated crawl space, or an attic, or an exterior wall, that expansion creates literally thousands of pounds of pressure. It splits the pipe wide open. But here's the crazy part. The real disaster doesn't actually happen when the pipe freezes. Nope, it happens when the weather warms back up, the ice thaws, and full water pressure is suddenly restored to a pipe that now has a massive, gaping rupture in it. All right, Section 4, what's in the water? We're talking invisible invaders. Here's a highly relatable and, frankly, incredibly frustrating question for a lot of local homeowners, especially out on the more rural county properties. Why does your well water smell like sulfur? You turn on the shower in the morning, and suddenly the whole bathroom smells like rotten eggs. The culprit behind that awful smell is a specific gas called hydrogen sulfide. It's completely invisible to the eye, but your nose can detect it at incredibly low concentrations. But you might be wondering, where exactly is this gas even coming from? Well, there are a few biological and chemical reactions generating that odor. Sometimes it's just sulfur and iron bacteria naturally living down in the groundwater, metabolizing minerals and off-gassing that hydrogen sulfide. Other times it's decaying organic matter in a shallow well. But here is what I found absolutely fascinating and kind of frustrating. It could be the magnesium anode rod inside your water heater. This rod is literally designed to sacrifice itself to protect your water tank from rusting. But if your water has high sulfate levels, the magnesium actually reacts with the water to create hydrogen sulfide gas right inside your hot water tank. Talk about an unintended consequence. Now, 8 to 12. That number is really important. That represents the lifespan in years of a traditional tank water heater before local mineral sediment risks causing a catastrophic basement flood. 8 to 12 years. That's the whole shebang. And a massive reason for that incredibly strict timeline is the sheer hardness of the local water supply. Grange's calcium and magnesium-rich water acts like a slow poison to your appliances, rapidly accelerating wear and tear. As this hard water flows through your home, it leaves behind mineral deposits. Over time, this actually reduces the internal diameter of your pipes, literally strangling your water pressure. It also creates this thick insulating scale buildup on your heating elements, which means your water heater has to work twice as hard just to do its job. It clogs up faucet aerators, and honestly, worst of all, it destroys the delicate rubber valves inside your really expensive appliances, like washing machines and dishwashers. So hard water doesn't just leave annoying spots on your glassware. It is actively degrading your entire plumbing infrastructure, day by day. Which leads us to our final section, Section 5, the professional defense and how we fight back. To fight back safely, licensed professionals rely on incredibly strict material standards dictated by the Kentucky Residential Code. Think of these materials as the armor for your home. High-pressure water lines, they require corrosion-resistant copper, PEX, or CPVC. Drain systems that carry hazardous waste absolutely need chemical-resistant plastics, like ABS or PVC. And for gas lines, where a leak is literally life-threatening, only highly specific, code-approved, flexible connectors and shutoffs are allowed. There is zero room for guesswork here. And speaking of doing things by the book, navigating local bureaucracy by securing proper permits is a critical part of ensuring your home's defenses remain legally compliant and insurable. If you're doing anything major in Oldham County, replacing a water heater, repiping a house, installing new gas lines, or repairing a sewer line, you need a permit. Listen, I know nobody loves red tape, but this ensures a qualified inspector verifies the work meets those strict safety codes we just talked about. If you skip the step, you're opening yourself up to massive liability. If unpermitted work fails and floods your house, your insurance company might flat out deny the claim, and it can cause absolute nightmares when you eventually try to sell your house. So when chaos strikes, you really need a highly organized, straightforward, three-step service process for mitigating the disaster. You absolutely do not want guesswork when water is pouring through your living room ceiling. You want a proven, systematic approach to regaining control. This maps out the exact journey from the moment a pipe bursts to the final system verification, basically replacing sheer panic with procedure. Step 1 is call and dispatch, getting a fully stocked truck to your door, often within a single hour for emergencies. Step 2 is diagnosis and approval. A true professional doesn't just walk in and start hacking away at pipes. They diagnose the actual root cause and give you transparent, upfront pricing with zero surprise fees. And step 3 is repair and verification, doing the work the right way, bringing it fully up to code, and then testing it thoroughly to verify it operates perfectly before they ever leave your property. Ultimately, true professional defense is about executing repairs that respect your property and truly stand the test of time. There's a great quote that perfectly encapsulates the exact mindset you want in your corner. Our goal is solving your plumbing problem correctly so it stays fixed, not creating repeat business through sloppy work. Your plumbing system is basically the cardiovascular system of your home. You don't want a quick Band-Aid. You want a permanent cure that respects your investment. As we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with this thought to really consider about the hidden state of the pipes behind your own walls. Which invisible element is currently winning the war against your home's infrastructure? Is it the reactive clay soil slowly bending your sewer lines? Is it the hard water quietly choking your expensive appliances? Or is there an aging galvanized pipe up in the attic just waiting for the next deep freeze? Nature, as we've seen, never stops testing your home's defenses. So the real question is, when it finally finds a weakness, will you be ready? Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.